Hey everyone, let's build Good Fortune by Lego. This is set number 80117. Contains 1,021 bricks. Retails for $89.99, and the set was provided by the Lego Group for early review. Thank you, Lego. This is what we're going to be building today. And yes, this looks like it can be built by several builders. How? Because the box tells us that this can be built from 1 to 3 builders, but I'm sure that these two items are separate, and these two, so maybe up to 4, and I think these are just accessories that go on here. We don't know yet, because the box shows them attached to this. So, in addition to that, you have this 8x8 or 16x16 black plate floating at the bottom of the box, and 8 bags of bricks. And I'm thinking of breaking this down just into 2 installments. There's no way I could do this in one sitting. And it does come with a brick separator. So let me just toss some of this stuff on the ground here. Now, today is the 23rd of December 2024. And I'm trying to get done with a bunch of videos today, getting things processed and stuff, and yeah, so you heard a lot of fans going in the background. Okay, well, let's begin. Let's build it. We're going to start with bag 1, and it took me forever to get back here to get going on the filming, and pretty much I don't know what it is. Every time I'm busy, everybody wants me to take time off, and I'm like, I got to get some stuff filmed today. I'm sorry. I want to get this one done. This one doesn't look too interesting on the box, but I want to start getting sets filmed because I'm getting way behind on that and editing them. Filming them is not too bad. It's just editing as I'm in front of the computer. So we're going to be focusing on this building guide today. Alright, well, we can go through this together. Pre-screening it for you. It's kind of colorful artwork there. Reminds me of something like I'd see back in the 60s and 70s for cartoons. And yeah, we're going to be building that first. So we will need that. And a lot of dark azure. I'm starting to see that color come out more often. And yes, that goes right in the center. And today I am posting a bunch of the reviews. I have all the prices for pretty much every set that I have. And then now I'm just going to start posting a bunch of this stuff as I go on YouTube. I found out grouping them by colors a little easier. So just because it takes too much space. And yeah. Still fighting that cold. It's not as bad. My mom's getting over it, and I'm starting to finish up with mine. So maybe by Christmas Eve we'll all feel really good. Or she's a senior citizen, so she had more of the... Hers is a little more difficult than mine. Oh, and I've noticed something. I'm not the only adult who's really liking doing the Lego stuff. I noticed on here, and you know, this is the whole intent, is I noticed I'm getting more older builders on here. I'm talking about people in their 20s up until like their 60s, 70s who do this stuff. So my channel is really just targeted more for older builders. Because I don't go, hey boys and girls, today we're going to be building a Lego set. No, I won't do that on here. So I've noticed that. I know some of you said, oh, I'm in my 40s doing this. A lot of us are in our 40s doing this stuff now. 30s, 40s, 50s. I've been seeing a lot of that. Because a lot of us, we grew up with this. We just didn't have a lot of it when we were kids. Well, now today, we work, we have careers, we can buy all the Lego we want, or until our spouses tell us no, we're done. Oh, yikes. That's a lot of pieces to place in there. So yeah, and the whole intent about doing the Lego stuff, though, is to get away from technology. I know a lot of you watch me on a computer. That's the only way to deliver the stuff, unfortunately. But at least, you know, I can share my findings with you. Boy, this is a lot. I mean, having this black background and this poking out, not too bad. Not too bad at all. So we got to do this 3 times around here. And I've been just kind of chilling out. This is the first Christmas without my dad, and just between you and me, though, people want me to grieve in their way. I have my own way of doing it. And I just kind of bluntly said today, it just doesn't feel like Christmas. I just don't care much about it. And oh, how dare you think like that? You got to think how we tell you. And, you know, so I just kind of said, I'm going back into the Lego room for a little bit, you know. Yeah, try to keep the rants and the depression stuff down. But it's like, really? You know, it's the holidays. Let me grieve in my own way. But I don't know. It's like kind of just keep to myself sometimes, and that's just it. Well, we got a lot of pearl gold in here, and dark azure, so we're getting some color in this build here. That's not too bad. Pretty cool. So the whole intent of this style of build is to see how well the set is. Does it keep my interest as an adult? Is it something fun to put together? Can this be built by several people? The box tells us it can be built by 1 to 3 people. So far, 1 person can build this set. That's a good start. That doesn't mean it's going to be like that throughout the whole thing. We don't know yet. The only thing I do know is that we're doing this whole thing here. This might be a fast build, but I have a feeling it's all going to be tiny parts. Usually these Chinese New Year sets usually are. The smaller the piece, the more detailed. Think of it as your television or computer monitor. You know, back in the old days, we had 640 by 480. Now we're at 4K video. You can see more information. Everything's sharper and clearer. And yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, now where do we leave off here? Maybe now we got to work there. This is not quite the same here. All right. Yeah, but so far this set's got some pretty interesting colors in it. I'm looking for stuff with vibrant, bright colors that will just grab my attention. Because that's what Lego is bright, colorful plastic parts. It seems like all the other adults take seriously. Oh, I know Denise, I don't know if you watched that. I tried, because I know you like the Friends stuff, but I gotta say this. I tried sitting down and watching the Lego Friends series. 3 minutes into the season 1, episode 1, I could not take it anymore. I had to turn it off. I was like, this is for little girls. This is not... I could not even... I was like, I tried. Guys, I tried. I can't. I cannot watch that. I was like, what is this even about? And I was just thinking, what was this? What was the episode name called? Welcome to Heart Lake. And I was like, okay, I feel kind of weird watching this. I'm looking around thinking, okay, nobody's watching me. And then I just started watching this, and I'm just like, this is kind of a bit too much for an adult male to watch. I kind of left it at that. I thought, I can't. I thought, no. Just to see what it was like, and I thought, okay, I tried to experience it, but my mom didn't raise me to be a quitter, but I had to quit that. That was not a Something pleasant to watch. Okay, we get these here in gold. And those would make great tiles for a mosaic floor. How they do it like that. Okay. I'm starting to get a good collection of gold. You know what? They have them facing a certain way. So I'm wondering if it's critical or not. Probably not, but it probably looks better if I match the book. I'm trying to divide out parts. There's so many gold pieces in here. But, you know, I had to just see what it was about. Well, now I have experienced the Friends, kind of. And it's just not for me. I'm thinking of something like the cartoons I grew up with. Matter of fact, I was watching some old if anybody remembers Chilly Willy the Penguin, a little before my time, I was watching some of those after that, and I thought, man, I remember these old Hanna-Barbera cartoons. I saw a few of those, and I'm just like, I remember when cartoons were fun. Now I don't know what's going on. We had them ETV Tunes, and until they turned it into some kind of propaganda channel. They took that off the air. Now there's nothing there. Kind of sad. All right. And it's like, yeah, well, you know how that is. Now I'm making sure these two red spots are on the left-hand side. Well, okay. Yep, it's Christmas Eve. So we're all waiting for Santa Claus to bring our gifts. That's been pretty good, and we followed the rules and didn't make anybody angry or cry or whatever, and that's pretty good. I haven't got to any of these yet, or this thing. I'm just setting parts out right now to kind of divide them out. Okay. I got to be very careful here. This one here takes plates, not tiles. I'm trying to make sure I don't mess this one up, because taking these little pieces off could be a pain in the rear. Whoops. Well, that sure didn't go in right. It was hard to get out, too. Yeah, I was trying to, I don't like bringing up bad things in these. Sometimes I'm just tired of people telling me how I should think. I like to just kind of go my own way, and it's like doing Lego stuff. I like to just build from my mind and not be told where I have to put the parts at. Okay, it looks just like that. Always check your work with the build. I mean, they kind of look identical. Alright, now we got to use all the little things here. You need 16 of these. So if you're looking to make mosaics, there you go. And what makes it confusing, they show these is like they have like let me show you here, it might be easy. What's kind of confusing here is it's got the metallic lines on there, and it just, I'm thinking they're separate pieces, and I'm having a hard time trying to focus on that. See, I forgot to put that there. So if you forget something, there you go. It's easy to check as you go, especially with this. You can see if something's off. That tells me something probably attaches here. And it looks like we're going to be doing a lot of little work pieces today. Right now I really want to get into editing. I'm going to start slowing down on the filming stuff So I need to start getting back into editing a bunch of these reviews. This is kind of cool. It's almost like something you'd put down and put your candle on the top. Okay, looks pretty good. Okay, and these go here on the red. We're going to hide that red. Okay. Is it keeping my interest? So far, yes. But we really haven't, I mean, really, this is as far as we've gone up through. It's just a plate thick. It's, you know, this is going to be a build that's going to be a display piece. So all this work, you're just going to put it on a shelf somewhere. That's probably the only downside to this. But there's no scratch pieces. We have a brick separator. The instructions are easy to follow. It's still a 10. And then we have this. I'm looking for these, but in reddish brown. This is how we tune the stations on the radio, is that. Alright. Okay, you know what would be easier here? They show you to build all this. Let's do it like that. Oh, that's gold. I thought that was medium nougat. I thought, oh, that'd have been cool for a tree, but no. Could I use the gold pieces? Yeah, but I don't really build with gold all that much. It's more of like an accessory color. And then that just goes in there. Okay, that's not too bad. And then we have this that goes here. And I think that's it for this part of the build. Now we got one more step to do, and I can't get that in there. This is meant for little hands, but I don't think... What was the age range on this? A 9+? Do I think a 9-year-old's going to build this? Maybe if they're into this, but not so much for me. And that goes right there. And that's what we have remaining for bag 1. And so far that's what we've done. And it looks pretty. I think it's just the base. Yeah, we've got a long ways to go. But so far this can only be built by one person. Okay, now we're going to be doing bag 2, and I'm glad I read ahead because we got to build 3 of these little lanterns. Okay. All right. Okay, so now we know what we're going to do, and I think they're going to go on to that. So let's get this prepared here. While I was, between bags 1 and 2, I was editing part of a review of a friend's set. And now with this is the last of the sets that I have to review. So I can talk about the other themes. You know. And I'm already getting, why are you into friend sets? Yes, I like friends. Don't judge, you know. Don't knock it until you try it. You know, it's a nice theme to build. Okay, I don't think I have any of these in warm gold. Okay, I'm sorting out a bunch of parts here because I'm looking for these. I'm trying to make these here. So remember, we got to build 3, so just remember that. And so possibly this could be built by another person, but is it going to be dependent on that? We're looking for separate pieces. If it's completely separate and isolated, then so be it. Okay. This is going to be big when it's done, but we don't know yet. The only thing we do know is we need to get it going here. Let's put those over there. So I'm just going to start sorting things out until I find the parts I need. Yes, it takes a little longer to do this, but the build goes faster at the end. Okay, are these all the same? Looks like they are. All right. And put that over there. Okay. Yep, it's Christmas Eve. So maybe this bag might go faster because we're doing duplicates. At least I paid attention and I saw it. Imagine some people build the first one, they go to the end, they got to start back all over. If you can do that, if you can't multitask, that's fine. You can build it your way. I do it just for brevitivity. So, whoops. You can always build one first to have a model and then just proceed on with the other ones. So, one of these engine scoops and warm gold. I keep calling it pearl gold because that's what I'm used to saying. But they changed the names. Why? I don't know. We don't know. We just know this, you know. So start sorting pieces out. Now I can start every piece I move out of here, it's not too bad. Everybody's been sick. We haven't had a chance to go to the cemetery. And I'm like, yeah, we'll go there another time. And yeah. And two, it's been so foggy. And then by 11:30, 12 o'clock, it burns off. And then, like now, it's sunny. It's in the 70s right now. They say it's going to rain Christmas Eve. Or tomorrow and Christmas Eve. I don't know. And people are panicking over them, thinking, dude, we rarely ever get rain. Why are you getting angry over that? Okay. Alright, so far we almost got all the parts sorted. And then now we use the 2x2 plates on top. Well, at this point now we've almost got everything sorted out. We're getting there. Let's just get it. Let's just finish the whole caboodle while we're here. And then that'll be it. The whole shebang. Alright. Let's just do all that. Now everything is sorted in their own little piles. And after that, it's just some 1x2s. Well, we got plenty of those now. We can just start going through this real quick. I don't think the whole set is going to be multiples, but if it is, then 1,000 pieces will go quick. And then we use the engine scoops on the sides. What would you use the gold pieces for? I don't know. Other than this, I mean, you could make some of the car pieces in gold. So, if you want a golden engine, you can do that. And we got 3 domes. And what's next? Then we got to build 2 of these. So it's 2, 4, 6. So let's get going on that there. Okay, be very careful. It's like that. I'll show you. Wait a minute. Hold the phone. No, it's not like that. I made a mistake. It's like this. On here, it's hard to tell. Oh, wait a minute. You know, maybe I'm making mistakes. I think it goes like that. It doesn't really show you there. I'm kind of confused. Let's see how that goes. Let's go ahead and just put the other ones together just to be sure. And, yeah. I mean, it's not a bad set, but to me it's something that's just going to be displayed for a few weeks and then off to the parts bin it goes, off to the glue factory. And then these go in here. Okay, so it fits like that. Okay, so now we know. But there's more to it than this. So we got all these pieces, but do we have the other side that goes to it? Did I need to sort those out and separate those two? Because it's all I've been pulling out are these. Here's another one. Oh, remember, we got to build 6 of them. Okay, well, let's just do the other ones real quick here. And because 2 times 3 is 6. Let's just do these and get them out of the way real quick. Okay, I found one of these. So we got one done. Okay, now I can proceed on to the next one because I can't do any more. All right. So that's what they're going to look like there, like that. Okay. I know some of you watch these because you get hung on a certain step. And if you notice, I don't ever remove my mistakes because most chances you probably will get hung on the same thing I did. And it's okay to make mistakes in these. I mean, it's Lego. It's like we're gluing it together. Okay, after that, those are done. And then these go here. We're not quite done with it yet, but we're just going to put these on here. Now we've got to do this 3 times. So I got to do them all. At least we're hiding all that. What about that white stuff on the top? That doesn't look too appealing. But I see the next step, so that makes it even easier to deal with here. So we got 3 little lanterns. And then you stick your round tiles on there and it hides that. So these look pure gold when they're not. They're just gold plated. You flip it over and go, oh, where did that bright green come from? So it looks like one person could build these, but they have to go on that big plate we just worked on. But we're talking about complete pieces. This is not complete yet. It's just more of a placemat. And if I get done with this, I gotta go and edit another review real quick, or just go ahead and do bag number 3. And that's essentially what these are. And now these go on here with this facing like that. This is left open. So just set these on these jumper plates. These are just meant to be tacked in. Oh. Okay, this one goes right on this stick. I was like, why is it crooked? No, let's take that off first because it's going to fall off. Set that on there like that. See? So I was like, well, what would that be used for? But yeah, there it is. We just got a bunch of these sitting right here. And there we go. That concludes bag 2 with absolutely nothing remaining. That's kind of sad. Now we're going to move on to bag 3. And it looks like we're building that big vase that goes in the middle here. And yeah, let's see here. It's like something you see for Halloween. That's like the reddish orange. Probably use that to make a pumpkin or something. I don't know. Oh, those are kind of new. I've never seen those before. A good piece for a water fountain if you could find those in a different color other than orange. Okay, so let's start pulling out these big orange chunk pieces. Or you know, these almost look like a color of a tomato or something. There we go, the tomato color. Alright. So let's get this going here. I don't want this to be a very lengthy video installment, but am I going to break it down into sessions? Yes, this is going to be 2. Unless I can get it done really quick, I'll look. But I'm estimating this to be about a 2.5, 3 hour installment if I were to do that. So I don't know if I want to go that route or not. Okay, let's put, there's 2 different types. So let's start dividing these out until I can find. Because all the extra bolt pieces, this is what's slowing me down here. Is going through pieces you don't need. And you got to use the Unikitty tails for these. These are kind of cool to have, especially in that color. Now, these obviously stick out at the bottom, so don't just think you could press those down. Making sure I have not made any mistakes, but that doesn't go there. You know why? Because we didn't have the jumper plate. We got those, and yeah. I'm trying to edit a review right now for the beekeeper's house and gardens, and I made a bunch of mistakes in it, so I'm trying to get to that point of finishing it up. And this goes upside down like this. So it just sits in there, huh? Okay. And then now we're building that part there. At least we're using bright colors in the middle. At least it's kind of that, and you know, and getting these round pieces sometimes could be a bit of a chore to get on. Garage door handles. I think they call that handle number 1 or something. I can't remember. And I got a bunch of those. You've seen them on some of my other garage builds, but I don't really use them all that much anymore. I haven't really built any garages lately that uses them. Yeah, I kind of miss going in the mountains, especially when it's cold and you get that fresh cold air when you wake up in the morning. I was thinking about that too, and I was like, oh, that does sound pretty good. And we got these new type of parts like I showed earlier, and they'd make a great water fountain, or even a thing for a flower garden, like a planter. Be careful, this thing's barely tacked in, so not sure what we're doing here. It's okay. And then after that, got some of these half round pieces in here that go on top of these. I can always use half round. They're called wall panels. You can call them half round bricks. They're not solid bricks, but you know, they're there. And 4 of these. They go in between here. So we'll make those as we go. Like that. And after that, a couple of these in nougat. And it looks like it goes around here. It just feels like I'm just tacking pieces on. I'm hoping we're going to make this stronger. For all we know, it could be sitting like that upside down on that. We don't know yet. Well, no, we're going to put these on next. Okay, oh, that's kind of cool. It's all nice and smooth. This bag's pretty short. So if you had this piece done, builders, if you wanted to, you can really break this build down, you know, for other builders to enjoy. And then we need to make 4 leaf pieces. So stick that in there first, and then stick this on here. I'm just, before I put them inside, I'm just going to go ahead and pre-make all these now. Just kind of get that out of the way there. Let's just do each piece here. I like this earth green. I could always use these for like making my campground scenes. And these in reddish brown, I'm sure these would have broke if they were the older brown, but ooh, need to collect more of those. It'd be good for leaf pieces. I know a lot of my campground tours don't get a lot of views on YouTube. Those might be going away soon too, and I'll just build them for my own personal use, my own personal enjoyment. I know some people like touring those. It's just more for inspiration to say, hey, you can build that. Okay, so that does fit in there like that. Okay, So I think the easiest way to do it is just by getting the clip on there in the center as best as you can. Try to line it up with that stud in the middle, and there you go. Does it have to be uniform? You know, you can build it any way you want. But OCD meter will go off, and I'm trying to make that fit as best I can here. And then let's get the last one here. Usually is the toughest. But there you go. All right. And now we got to build the bottom dome piece. Doesn't look all that bad, and I'll flip that over. And we got to make 2 of these. The best thing to do, though, when you're doing a set like this is just to take your time. You get other people to help you, it goes a lot faster. Just take your time. You're in a big hurry to get this done here. And we're actually putting it with the plates outwards. Some people probably never knew that. You could use these for this. That's if I can get that in there. There we go. You could flip those around. And stick this right here. It's called snotting. So now we reverse the studs. And now we can put this here. Okay, they're notched, so you really can't mess that up. Ooh, but be very careful. See what? All right, that's going to be a 9.9 because honestly, they could have filled this in here a bit with just some plates. They did not do that, so I'm going to ding it down to a 9.9 because be very careful with that because that thing's going to want to tip. So just be sure to check, because see, it's doing it again, and this is starting to fall apart. If it keeps falling apart, I keep dinging it down. It's what we call saving money, instead of just adding a couple of 1x2 plates or even some studs in the corners. Very weak. See, this is starting to do it again here. It's starting to come apart. See what it's doing? It's starting to flake apart. If yours starts coming apart, so is mine. And yeah, that's where the score's getting dinged for it. And then that's where we're going right there. And then we got to marry these 2 together, so hopefully that nothing crumbles apart. But there's a gap here. Look here. Okay, I did make a mistake. Right. But that doesn't make sense. Let me take a look here. Maybe I'll have to redact my grading here. Did I make a mistake? Okay, I did. Okay, I did make a mistake. All right, so we'll go back to a 10 still. Don't set these on the plates. It looked like you should. No, you shouldn't. Ooh, I'm ready to flip on that air. Everybody's sick right now. Everybody's cold. And I'm the only one here that's fighting this stuff. And I've been sweating like a hog. And it's probably why I'm kind of cranky. It's like, yeah. Okay. That's why it was kind of weird. So I'm going to go back up to a 10 on the build quality still. Now it's strong again. So I just put... that was my fault. So... there we go. That's much better, huh? I was like, well, that wouldn't make any sense. Why is there a gap there? Now we know. But now I can't get this on here. You have to wiggle and jiggle that in, but there we go. That's much better now. Now we can marry these 2 together. And I think what I'm going to do... just kind of... I don't want to press in the middle as much as I'm trying to avoid it. Because I don't want these to come popping out here. But there we go. I bet that fits right on there. And that's exactly where that goes. So yeah, you won't see that. And it just sits in there. So this You know, I thought that would be one whole piece, but no, that just sits. Well, why couldn't they just attach this to the bottom of this in the first place? Would have been nicer, huh? Would have been a lot better if they put a shaft in there or had a way to do it. But yeah, that's it so far for bag 3. It's not too bad. Just watch what you're doing with your snot method there. All right, I think we're going to wrap up with bag 4 for this installment. That's a lot of red pieces, and yeah, I don't think I have a lot of red 6x8 plates. Be careful with that. This is just meant to be a display piece. And sort those out. We got gold rims too, cool. All right, so what are we building now? Looks like we're building that scroll with the pen. Okay. So, we'll see how well this goes. Let's pull that way over there. I don't want to bump into that. I think this is meant to be built by one person, so I think that's done there. But there's one more piece, looks like it connects to it. But we're not sure yet. If it's something that could just be easily plugged in at the very end, yeah. Okay, flip it over and do this. Press those down really good. Yeah, some of you say sometimes it sounds like you're real excited on a set, and sometimes you're not. I mean, like this one here on the box, it was okay looking. I just thought, well, it's not really grabbing my interest. The build's not too bad, but now I know it's going to be a display piece. It's not going to be something that I'm going to be highly looking, seeking out for if I were to buy something. If you're into this, this would probably be a really good build. But I'm looking at build experience. Can you share this with somebody else other than building solo? Okay, we got way too many parts up here. Let's start sorting out here. Let's sort by color. There's just too much of it here. I'm looking for these. And some black studs. Which reminds me, I have to take out my studs because I forgot I even had them on, and yeah. I get that sometimes. Dudes are not supposed to be wearing earrings. Really? I don't know. That's funny. He didn't tell me it was just for dudes. Or just for girls. Or ladies. Usually it's the older generation, too. Hey, at least I don't have anything tattooed. At one time I was thinking about my tongue, and I thought, after I heard about how much upkeep it is, I thought, well, no, not too much. Alright, so you got to stick 12 of these right in here. Okay, I've seen these, but I don't think I've seen them in red. This would be good for maybe a holiday train or something. I'm just trying to sort all this out because I can't find anything up here, to be honest with you. We got a bunch of those. Look at that. Pull that way over there. But I'm sure you can break this build down more if you have the digital building guide. All right, so I'm getting, ooh, don't you roll off. You're going over there. And a lot of this is, really surprised I don't make a 2x4 brick that fits in there, but I'm curious, does these fit inside of here? We won't know because I can't pick that up. Yeah, kind of. Look like they fit perfectly in there. I was just wondering about that. Okay. Yeah, so I'm spending a lot of time right now starting to sort things as I'm pulling these out right now. Just pull them out. And then But you know how fast the last bag went because we had it all sorted. And then now we got a lot of jumper plates to place in this area here. I had one of my viewers tell me that the white background with red is a little too much. Let me know. I mean, if it is, I have no way to change it right now. You know, but just let me know and we'll see what we can do for next year. I was thinking about making inserts that fit in here, but I'd like to rebuild this whole table eventually and do a little more with it. Yeah, it feels like that's all I'm doing right now is sorting parts. Okay. And then after that, we use a bunch of round tiles. And yeah, so let's start with this one here. That's where we'll start. And it looks like to me that, yeah, we have to start with that first. There's another step down here, but I don't want to get too far ahead and then have to take things apart. So let's not do that. I was thinking, well, maybe I can jump and do both, but let's not say we did. All right, and then it's just a circle here with the stud in the middle. But you know what I'm going to do first? Start that one there. Then I'm going to put the stud right here in the middle. Those can be a bit of a challenge to get in. And it's easy to put them in the other way, but there we go. Those are hard. If you got big hands, yeah, it's going to be hard. All right, let's see here. Now, I don't understand Chinese, so if anybody can tell me what these symbols mean, it'd be really cool. Probably just stands for fortune. I don't know. And then now it's setting the big tile up here like that. Hearing the phone go off right now, and I'm like, I'm not going to get that. I gotta have time to play, not answer the phone. Plus, that's not my personal phone, so it's not a big deal. Is it really that big of a deal if you're going to text me now or ding me? It looks pretty good. All right, and now, well, let me go see what's going on. Okay, I'm back. Just a solicitor. They're still at it out here, soliciting. And now we're doing a sub step. And sometimes studs are just hard to get in there. Oh, I've got to put the tile there. Let's do that. Whoops, my bad. Is this going to be a pin and quill? It's hard to say what we're doing here. We know one thing, we got to rotate it back around. I got all these parts up here right now. It's everything's starting to close in very slowly. Okay. And then we're building mirrors here. Let's do that real quick. Okay. And then this one here goes, I'm not getting up. And after that, okay, then it goes onto here. Okay, so it loops into here like that. There we go. It's not too bad. And now, need 3 of these. That's kind of cool. That feels kind of weird. Nice and smooth. And we're going to get even more smooth. I'm not sure what goes here yet. Okay. Then we got 2 more we got to put in. Why don't you just have me do them all at once, Lego? I mean, it don't make any sense. At least it's a nice red color. It's not like we're building a black and white thing. Okay. Now I got to build 4 of these with these at the end. So what I'm going to do is just build and just place. So it's like that. That takes care of this end here. Okay. Alrighty. And then now, after we got that assembled there, we make 2 of these little column pieces. I mean, red, how often do we really ever build with red anymore? This sits here. And the other one, you guessed it, goes there. There we go. Yeah, it's like this thing's almost built 1-to-1. All right. And now we're building 4 of these. So I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of this that we're building in this set is repetitious. It's just, you're building multiples of one item. So it looks like you got a lot of parts, which you do, but you're just building the same thing to get to achieve a certain goal here. So it's just more like you build multiples of an item and you're sticking them together. So when you're building your set, just be very careful on how you build it here. We need those tassel things. Let's go in like that. So now we have that. We got to build a bunch of those. And okay, that's 2. Make sure the lug nuts are facing up. Okay, that's 3. Now we're getting to the small stuff. But at least we built all the big stuff first. Now we're getting down to the smaller pieces, which is easier to find on here now. And then after that, these fit in these right here. Put that in and you swing that up and they just hang down. There we go. So we'll do this one here. And I'm just going to be safe. And sorry, I'm going to hold it like that. I don't want this thing to kind of shatter and shear off. Okay, we survived part of it, huh? We're almost there. We're almost done with this here. And then I can go get me something to eat here. So it looks like you got a lot of pieces, but just just that. Ooh, we got more gold stuff to build. Okay, well there's only 1 of these, so we don't have to go crazy on it here. Hey, at least it's something different. We're not building black and white builds with just 3 or 4 colors. This one's at least got some color to it. The goal is the color palette sometimes will drag the build, you know, drag somebody into the build versus just building something that, you know, it's just plain boring. All right, and so far we got that. I like these little chain pieces, almost like nunchucks or something. Yeah, well, we need to make 2 of these. So one's got a stud, and one of these has got this new type of plate here with the holder. That's a dream part a lot of us have been wanting to see. So we need to make that. Let's make 2 of these real quick here while I got it fresh in my mind. These right here, they're hard to, these are brand new and they're a good part to have. So I'm going to stick this on here first. They're meant to go on the bottom of a plate so you could hang things. And I've been looking for those for a long time, and now Lego's finally made them, which is really cool. And then the end of the nunchuck goes here. I think what I'm going to do is have these things facing down like that. And then these clip on to here. So what I'm going to do is kind of keep it kind of jittery here. This just snaps in right here. See how I got it kind of looped there? Can I undo that or untangle that? Because that's not really, it's like a knot. This thing needs to be rotated. Let's see if we can pop that out and rejiggle that back in there. Let's see if we can undo that knot. There we go. Now it looks a lot better. There we go. Okay. So I think what this is meant is that when you're done you can fold it up and lock it back up. I've seen those before in video games. We don't have nothing like that out here. And then now we gotta build some of this. So if you're looking for parts for your botanicals, the set does have a few of them in here. Would somebody part this out? Maybe? Are we building one? Okay, this is probably the pen that wrote this, the scroll thing. Some people are probably watching, shaking head, go, you don't even understand all that? Like, no, I don't. At least I'm going to be honest. I'm being honest with you, I don't. Some people will lie to you and tell you they know it all. I don't know much of any of this stuff. I just get the set, and if it's an interesting build, that's all I do know. That's all I do know. It's interesting, though. It's an interesting build. It's keeping my interest, but it's... let me see here. We have 4 of those. I only have 3. Let me put one more in there. There we go. And then now after that, then we put one of these in here with the hollow stud, with the stud facing on the top like that. There we go. And yeah, it would be critical because it's got a mini figurehead on the top with the hat. It's actually a hat piece. You could use those for lampshades too. And yeah, it's like a quilled pin, it looks like. That's what it is. With the dangly chains on it. You can, you know. So far, so good. And then the pin just clamps here. Like that. It's a good way to keep it from getting lost. And if everything went well, we should have one of each of the small parts. And in that, indeed, we do. So we survived booklet 1. Bag 4, and that's what we had remaining. Okay, Summation of Thoughts. It's not too bad for what we have here. And they kind of show these going together, but I don't see a plate. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? We're not quite done yet. This snaps onto here. There we go. Now we're done. And that's not too bad so far for what this is. At least it's self-contained. The only thing I'm not too happy with is this thing here just sits. It just sits on here, but we're not quite done with it yet. Now, as far as for playability, or not playability, but collaborative build, really, one person would have to build this section here, and another person could build this. I'd say 2 people so far. As you can see at the very end, when you're snapping pieces, these snap on here, but this depends on this. So it is possible. I'd say if you really wanted to build this by a few people, 1, 2, and 3. But really 1 and 2 would be more suiting for this. And yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it. The score right now, I'm going to still say it's probably at a week 10 before we get to 9.9. A few errors that I made, but that's not a big deal. But it's more of this here than anything else. I'm kind of disappointed with on it. I just kind of wish this was fixed a bit more. Well, that leaf looks like it's pretty high up. Well, something's already coming apart. Well, let's see if we can fix that there. I mean, but it's nice for what it is. There we go. Now I fixed it. But this just sits. So you have to be very careful picking this up. But yeah, I'd say probably a 9.9 is what I'm leading at, just because of this thing here. But yeah, it's not too bad. But tell me what you think of this set. To me, it's not too bad for what it is, for what we've done.